Good day, everybody, and welcome to our Q&A, our next one. We've done one today. We have 5, so welcome. Thank you for joining me. If you're in Facebook, say hi. If you're on, I was going to say LinkedIn, I don't know why, YouTube, say hi. And we are live with our second one today with Nicola, and we're going to be talking all about hot wax stamps and other cool things. I'm trying to remember who's who in the zoo sometimes when you've got all these presentations. For those who are watching, I've been doing all the tech and all the images, so I know your images and your face and your project off by heart. It's like, this is who did what. So we're starting this off with asking some questions. So Tracy, my co-host, is here, and Nicola's here. Nicola, the first question we're going to ask is, where do you live? Where are you from? And include country, because we're from all over the world here.
Sure. So I am currently sitting at my home in Grand Barachois in New Brunswick. And the Nick the store that I own, is located in Moncton, New Brunswick, Canada.
Excellent. So you have a physical store?
I do, yes.
Very cool. Excellent. The next question we're asking is, how did you get into the paper crafting world?
Good question. It was a long time ago. So I first started with photography and really enjoyed taking lots of pictures, and then found that they were all just kind of sitting around, hanging out, and I wasn't doing anything with them. So I did a little bit of searching, and came across a woman who was doing creative memories. So that was my first introduction to scrapbooking, and it kind of just blossomed from there. My background's in occupational therapy, so always had, sort of that creative side, sense of purpose, the therapeutic side of art, as part of my background. So it was just a nice segue into scrapbooking.
Awesome. Yeah. That's been a little bit of a theme here. I know we were talking to Tracy today, and we were talking to Erin yesterday. They both kind of started scrapbooking because of a loss, because of the therapeuticness of art. So that's very cool.
Yeah. So I had owned a rehabilitation company for 20 years, and I sold it in 2018 and thought I would retire. And that lasted about all of 6 months, maybe. And then I was bored. And I had always wanted to own a scrapbook store. And so anyway, my husband, who's super supportive, he's like, do it, go do it if you want to. And in November of 2020, so in the middle of the pandemic, we opened the Nick. So it's super fun.
Very cool. Yeah. Question: scrapbooker or card maker?
You know what? I do a little bit of everything. I love making cards. When I owned my rehab company, every single employee got a homemade birthday card. They got Christmas cards, which, was great when I had, a group of 3, but then my staff grew to 40, so it got busy. And then I always did homemade cards for my customers, which, as you can imagine, with a staff of 40, our customer base grew. So in my last year of owning the company, I made just over 200 homemade Christmas cards to send out to our customers. So yeah. But I love doing albums. The only thing I do kind of shy away from is mixed media. I don't like to get too messy, but I have a store manager, Noella, and she is all about getting messy. So it's nice sort of complement within the store.
Awesome. That's very cool. How what does your store? Does your store is just a general scrapbooking store, or is it other art supplies, or it's primary scrapbooking?
Yeah, it's primarily sort of paper crafting. So we sort of have 2 sections. We've got a lot of scrapbook, collections, papers, embellishments, all of that stuff. And then on the other side, we've got stamps and dies. And then we have the mixed media section that has all the paints and messy stuff.
I'm curious. What are some of your top brands that sell for you there? What people ask for?
So on the paper collection side, I would say Simple Stories is very popular. 49 a Market is huge. Love Janine and Katie's work. What else? We try to bring in some different stuff. We've been playing with like some more European countries, Minte from Hungary, looking at P13 from Poland. So really trying to, expand sort of people's creativity. And then I would say on the stamp and die side, Pink Fresh is quite big for us. Spellbinders is always a fun product. Gina K. Tim Holtz, is they're their sort of own group together.
Mm-hmm.
Side. But I guess they sort of move over to the mixed media side a little bit also. So yeah.
Good.
We had someone who said, I can share comments over here. They found your store. The comments will be on the bottom of the screen. They found your store on vacation in April, and it was amazing. So there you go.
Oh, thank you. That's fun. We do get a lot of people, sort of traveling through. So this is, that we're starting to get into our busy vacationer time, which is always good.
As there's not too many forest fires, we're all good.
Yeah,
we're all having effective forest fires.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about your project? There's going to be some questions on that, but if you want to just give a little, in case people haven't had a chance to watch the video yet.
Yeah, for sure. I was telling Tracy and Heather that I went madly searching for my project just before this Q&A because it was such a long time that I did it. So, this is the project. So I had some fun, two different sort of techniques that I love playing with. The first one being the wax seal from Spellbinders, and then the second one being the glimmering. So it's a card. It's a new tool that was put out by Spellbinders, the wax seal. Wax seals are not new to the industry, but this one was just so simple, and I like playing with it. Yeah.
Sorry, wax seals, like you said, may not be new, but so many of us have heard about them, seen cards online, but I had so many clients asking me ahead of time saying, "Hey, I'm really interested in the wax seal video because it's known out there, but it's not big out there. So thank you for doing it. Seriously, I think you're
Oh,
gonna
no
make
problem.
people go, I want to try this now."
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's nice to dress up your envelopes, which is kind of fun too, as opposed to just sending, normal envelope through the mail. And Spellbinders had done some testing to make sure that if you put it on the outside of the envelope and it was going through the post, it wasn't going to crack, and it kind of stood the test of time. So that was kind of nice to know also.
Awesome. So the question is, what was the tool you used in the video to cut the foil?
Oh, it was the quick trimmer. So I'm house sitting right now and dog sitting. So I packed up like 3 big bags of stuff to go over to the house and craft with, because I couldn't be without my crafting stuff. And it's over there. But it is from Spellbinders, and it's called the Quick Trimmer. So it has sort of like a silicone base and then a guide on top of it, a plastic guide that you can use the cutting tool to cut through the foil. So I'm not a big gadget person. I think I might have said this in my video, but that is one tool that I do really like. I just find I struggled with the scissors to cut the foil, but the quick trimmer works really, really well.
Excellent.
I have it here. Yeah, I'm not seeing it.
Oh, the comments went fast all of a sudden. That always happens. What other types of embellishments have you used with your wax seal?
Well, I like to put a little bling on my card. So this one here, it's probably hard to see, but I actually use the enamel dots here are actually wax that I made with my leftover wax that was in my spoon. But I love to use the Spellbinders gems. I love doing like the ink blending in behind. What else do I use? I love embossing on top of, sort of some of the little flowers and sort of adding some dimension to that. And I'm always using foam tape. Everything's got foam tape on it. So I don't think I've ever made a flat card.
It's kind of the joy of making cards, isn't it? From what I can tell, like I said, I'm not a card maker, but the getting something very unique is cool.
Exactly. Yeah.
Someone shared that they enjoyed your video and the card is beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Guys, let us know if you have any other questions, just general questions about scrapbooking and supplies. And you've got 2 experts here. There you go. Another one, which is I really enjoyed your video because I've never used wax seals. So fun to learn about it.
Yeah. And there's, sort of once it starts to become a trend, right? So now there's more companies that are, sort of coming out with different waxes. I don't know if I showed on the video, but Honeybee, I'm not very good at seeing here. I'm going to show you. So they've come out with these little jars. Oh, how am I going to do this sideways? Just like this.
Yep.
Can you see that?
Yes.
So it comes with a mixture. So you can wax them, you can melt them down, and your seals come, sort of with all of these sort of different colors to them. Or you can, pick out which colors you want, and you can have them, sort of just the colors. So there's so much you can do with them.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Smart to mix things up when they do that. Someone said, I love the card you used. I love the colors you used in card. It made my heart happy.
I love that. Was the new collection from Spellbinders. So they came out with it's called the Wildflower collection. So there's like some sage and sort of a peachy color, the velvet rose. So yeah, those are kind of I like those too. I'm also a big fan of their brushed gold and brushed silver, and they now have a brushed black and white, which is fun to use too.
Excellent.
Sorry, and if I'm correct, I'm pretty sure you're pretty good and descriptive in your instruction list too, right? I think you gave exactly what you use.
Yeah, it was a little long. So, sorry about that.
No, it's excellent. Because that's what people, just so those are watching too, look at your instructions, below her video on our page there, because you were excellent with what the information that you gave out.
Okay, perfect. Oh, well, that's good. I'm glad that was helpful.
Yes, and if you're looking for the instructions for any of them, if you're a VIP member, they're in your VIP member area. If you're a free and you haven't bought the VIP, they're under the video of the day. So you have like 24 hours to watch the video and download the instructions. And if you're a VIP member, you have them with your videos for at least a year. So you have all the instructions in the VIP area.
Yeah.
Excellent. So what are your favorite products to use on your projects?
I glimmer a lot. Ever since I started using the glimmer machine, all of my sentiments are glimmered, and I like having sort of backgrounds that are glimmered. So I would say that's one of my favorites for sure. I love the new the Pink Fresh, the ombre glitter drops. Love using those just to add a little sparkle to it. I just say my cards are usually they're not too complex, but I do like to layer. I like to ink blend and then die cut out sort of some of the flowers and layer those. So
excellent. What kind of tweezers did you use in the video?
That's a good question. What tweezers did I use? I believe I had the Altenew reverse tweezers is what I was using. They're very fine tip. Altenew has a set. Elizabeth Craft Designs actually has a new a little set of tweezers, and they're nice and tiny. I do like using those also. Yeah, I think my tweezers are in the bag.
in the dog watching. Is there a wax that you prefer or the others, and do you have any recommendations for those on a tight budget, i.e. wax and seals?
So to be honest, the only two that I've used have been the Spellbinders wax and I just had the Honey Bee. So those are the only two that I've used. I can't say that I've seen other companies. I don't know, Tracy, have you seen any others that have brought it out yet?
That's what I was just gonna like. I didn't want to butt in there,
No,
but
no,
and
of
say is
course.
no. I think you're correct with the two
Yeah,
brands at the moment. But
yeah,
like you said earlier, I think when it becomes more and more popular, who knows who's going to do something, or maybe some of these manufacturers are listening to us now and say, "Hey, maybe we
maybe.
should do something," right?
That's right. Yeah,
Because yes,
yeah. I would say for, if you're on a budget for the wax, I mean, it comes in a package like this, and I don't remember off the top of my head how much it is, but when I did my wax seals, I used 4, but really you could get away with 3 in order to get a nice size seal. So I'm guessing this one was probably used with 3. And this one, you can tell that I used too much, and it's got all this, great big blobby stuff on the side. Still cute, but not necessary. So you could certainly conserve from that. And I think if you got and I'm just throwing this out here, I haven't tried it. I'll probably try it afterwards now. If you got the white, I'm kind of thinking that you could probably put some pigment into that and color it. So you wouldn't have to buy all the colors. You could buy the white and then make your own. I'm sure that would work. You're gonna have to try that.
Now
it's
you have
a
something to
challenge now, right?
that's the cool part about communities, bringing communities of people together who love what you do, is you spark ideas, right? And that's the really cool part, and that's the fun part of doing this. Someone said glitter drops are amazing. I love those too.
Yeah.
Do you have a YouTube channel is a question?
Oh, if you search the Nick Nook, you'll find one, but there's nothing on there. The video that I did for this summit is the very first video that I've done. So
and it was awesome. So congratulations. Tracy's very
It's
first
amazing,
video.
and I'm right there with you. Okay.
Oh my gosh. It was yeah. Anyway. It was in and it was done on time.
Thank you. I mean, as my business for what I do, I love helping people step to the next step in their business and trying stuff you've never done before. And you're obviously got a business mindset.
Yeah.
So now that you've done one, you might think of doing
I know. And my customers ask, all the time, because we show a lot of our samples. We do What's New Wednesday. So every Wednesday we show all of the new products that have come in.
So why don't you upload them to your YouTube channel?
That's a really good question, Heather. I'm not sure why I don't do that. I'm going to make a note. That's
download them. If you're doing them already, just put them up on YouTube, right? You can go. So here's a tip. Go back and upload the ones you've already done.
Yes, there's a lot of them.
So you can that'll help get your YouTube exposure. And you can go back and do them. So you can take all the ones you've done. Are they on Facebook Lives, I assume? Or?
Yeah.
So download the Facebook Live and then upload it to YouTube.
Yeah.
And do them a couple a week maybe in your back, and that will create some YouTube juice, for lack of a better word. And so you've always reused what you've done. Don't reinvent the wheel. So
interesting. Yeah, because we do get a lot of questions when we're showing our samples, could you, do a video of, sort of you making the sample? And I think, I mean, I could. I just a little shy, I guess.
You did a great video. So please do that. So because not everybody wants to be on Facebook these days, and that's why we're doing this on YouTube and Facebook at the same time. Respect that. So go back and take what you have and upload it. My business tip for the day: create one thing once and use it as many times as you possibly can.
There you go. That was worth all the stress of coming on a Q&A live.
There you go. I'm really good at
making Nicola. We'll root each other on, okay? Because I get it.
But it's like you're creating the content. You're both doing great. We get in our heads, and what we were talking about sometime today about being. Was it with I don't know. We've been on so many videos about just being, the 6-year-old self. It was Tracy. Just be your 6-year-old self and have fun and be curious. But you've got great content. People have said, yes, please, I would subscribe. I'll be there. So you got to do that. So there you go. Please do. And then What? You need to do more videos because you're a natural girl. There you go. There was another question in here and it's gone away.
Is our store online? Yes, our store is online. www.thenicnook.ca. Nick being N-I-C and Nook being N-O-O-K. So yeah.
And there's a link on her if you go on the Meet the Speaker page or you go on today's presentation, there's a link to her store there.
Oh, it says we do have one video on YouTube. Oh my gosh. I don't remember what that is.
I'd love to spend more time on YouTube rather than Facebook. So you've got the videos. Get them up there, girl. Get them up on Facebook, on YouTube.
All right. Okay.
It's one of those really, it's one of those really, background activities because you got to download it from Facebook and then upload it to YouTube. It takes time. The only thing I suggest is you make a nice cover if you can in Canva.
Oh yeah, I do know Canva.
So just go into Canva, select YouTube cover.
Yes.
So make a nice cover for each one because that's what shows up. And then when you go into YouTube, you make that your thumbnail when you upload the video.
Okay. All right.
If you need help, just reach out.
Can I ask you another question? I know I'm supposed to be answering the questions, but I have another one. So when we do our What's New Wednesday, it doesn't matter how hard I try to be, smile and nice. It always ends on the most ridiculous screenshot. It's like, do they do that on purpose to make you look silly?
One of the tricks to it, because you used to, and I don't even know anymore, you used to be able to go into Facebook and edit that one. So if you go edit video, you used to be able to go and select the ones it pulls off. Oh. So someone told me at the very beginning, just kind of smile nicely for a second and you might get lucky, but that's purely Facebook. That's why on YouTube, you can make your own cover and you don't have to worry about it, but you can't on Facebook.
Yes. Oh, well.
What was somebody said, what was the name of your store again?
Yes, the Nick Nook. The Nick Nook.
Nick Nook. And then we have, and I think these Q&As are great. I love being able to get the personalities of the teacher. And I think that's so important. Yeah. I love it. You can tell for people who've been watching Q&As, I love interviewing people. It's one of my happy places. So just getting to know what people are doing and sharing them and pulling stuff out that you never thought was possible.
Yeah, no, it is fun. It is fun to meet people sort of face to face so that you can so much easier. And, as a therapist, I spent so much time sort of reading facial expressions of my clients, right? They'd be sitting, no, I'm not in pain, but they looked in pain. So you read so much from people's facial. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. And you're looking at them like, no, they have no clue what I'm saying. So,
we've all missed a lot of facial expressions.
Missed a lot of that. Exactly. So this is fun. Although I can't see everybody else. I can just see myself, but
you can't see us. We're at the bottom.
Yeah.
Where is your store located? Somebody said they missed that.
Yeah. So we're located in Moncton, New Brunswick in Canada.
Do you ship?
We do every day.
Internationally or just Canada, just to check that one. So
yeah, so most of our orders ship across Canada. We do ship to the US. Usually the only time we're shipping to the US if it's something really that somebody's really trying to get their hands on and haven't been able to get a hold of it in the US, which is kind of rare, but we will ship to the US for sure.
Sometimes it's not a bad on their exchange dollars. You never know. Or if you're on holiday. If you're on holiday, stop by the Nick Nook.
Karen, your first video could be using pigments to change white wax to another color.
There you go. She's fed you with your first. You have a request.
You're going to be a waxing queen out there. Okay?
There you go.
You have a request for a video. So there you go. If you have a request. I love Moncton. I lived there years ago. Knew you were a down homer. You're a natural on teaching. So
thank you, Judy.
Is that what they call Monktonites?
This is turning out to be a lovely day. I'm going to leave here smiling.
You came on nervous and you leave smiling. So whoever wrote, I didn't receive your email for day 2. Yeah. It has gone out. So we can't see who it is, but we'll check in Facebook afterwards.
Yeah. If you have my email, email me. Sorry, Heather.
I didn't hear what you said, Tracy.
No, I'm just saying if they have my email me.
Yeah, but we'll check.
You may have already because I still have a few emails to go through, but I've been sending a few out. So
also for anybody who's not receiving them, check your spam folders, check your update folders and your promotion folders. One of the things that's happening with these emails is that it has a lot of links in it, and some spam filters don't like emails that have a lot of links in it, so they put us in your spam. There's nothing we can do about that. That is just the way the internet likes to work. So check your spam folders, check your update folders and your promotion folders if you're on Gmail. Go hunting, and then we'll check and see, because we can see if it's been sent and we can see if you've opened it. And then we'll check from that. If you got day 1, then you should get day 2. But your email tool, your email provider, whatever it's called these days, might put it in your spam just because of the links, because there's a lot of links in it, and that can happen. But we'll look for it. We'll definitely follow up with you. Mm-hmm. Any other questions about wax, about scrapbooking? You've got 2 store experts here with Tracy and Nicola. I just found it. It was in my spam email. Thank you. Yeah. Yay. And that's because of the links. Yeah, it's because of the links. So if anybody's not finding emails, it's just, and because you haven't received a lot of emails from us in the past, they always think, are these people spamming them? Yeah. There's a lot of protectionism on the internet, which is great, but sometimes it gets in the way. Just popped in to say hi. Everyone can't stay, but I'll do the replay. Have a great day. Thank you, Deborah, for popping in. We appreciate it. Any other questions coming up? Let's see if they come. There's like a 10-second delay, so you always kind of go through that. When do you do? So when do you do your weekly pop-up?
On Wednesday? You know what? There's no sort of set time. It's whenever we're ready to go. My husband goes to the border to pick up my inventory every Tuesday, and then he drops it off. So Wednesday morning, it's like a madhouse there, because we're opening boxes, we're checking all the inventory in, and then as soon as that's done, then we do What's New Wednesday with everything that came in that day. So
what a great idea!
Yeah,
very good idea. So
sometimes it's a bit of a gong show, because there's words I can't pronounce and I'm dropping stuff, and it can be comedy hour sometimes.
But that's what people want to see, right? That's the cool part of doing this, and that's true. So, whoops, we get a question. What's the best wax to use for stamping?
Yeah, so as we were saying, there's really only 2 on the market that I'm aware of right now. The first one being Spellbinders, that I've used and loved, and the second one was Honeybee, that's started coming out with some new waxes. With Spellbinders, they're sort of individual packages, so you can sort of pick your colors. And with Honeybee, they've come out with these. It's a bit of a glare there. These little bottles that have sort of different colors in them, so you can either pull out the individual ones, or you can mix and match them to make some cool colors.
Great question from someone. What are the most essential tools to get started?
So you need a spoon to be able to put your wax in. You need some sort of heat source. So a little tea light is something that you can use. And then you just need your seals. So your handles that have the seals on them. These are just 2 from, this one's Merry Christmas, and this one was a little bird. But yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Where do you get your seals? At the same companies or different companies? Or?
Yeah, so I've been bringing in seals from Spellbinders, and then we've just started bringing in some of the seals from Honeybee. Yeah.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
What color range do they have? Different color ranges, like Spellbinder versus Honeybee?
Yeah, so Spellbinder definitely has a much bigger range. They came out with sort of some of the basic colors. I was trying to see if I have my catalog here. Sort of some greens and blues and yellows, but they're building on that. So I just noticed. I don't know if it's released yet or not, but anyway, I'll tell you. But they are coming out with a new palette range in their next release. So a lot of colors from Spellbinders. Honeybee, so far it's just been the bottles with the mixed ones, but I'm guessing that they were just kind of testing the waters to see how it was going to go. I expect to see more coming from Honeybee, and I think you'll see other companies sort of hop on the wax seal bandwagon soon. So
Next question is, what kind of mats would work for placing the hot wax on?
Yeah, so I use the one that came in the kit, but it's just like a rubber silicone mat. I've also poured it on my glass mat, and it's been fine. Although my LDRS glass mat is really pretty, I try to keep it tidy.
You could use a cooking. Basically, you could use anything that was silicone.
Yeah, exactly.
You could use a cookie mat or a cooking mat or anything like that too.
Yeah, anything really, as long as it's not, and it's not super hot either. I mean, if you did happen to pour it on your desk and take it off quick, it's just, you're just going to be able to peel it off. So I wouldn't recommend that, but you'd be okay.
A completely different aside I did with my father used to be a maple syrup farmer when he was alive. He had a maple syrup farm, and he would put wax seals on some of the jars that he was selling to tourists because they wanted more. So I have dealt with wax seals in that sense of melting it, and it wouldn't be so much embossed, but he would do the wax seal to make it look pretty for the tourists.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Canadians didn't want pretty, they just wanted maple syrup, but the tourists wanted the pretty. Can you add fine glitter to the wax?
Absolutely. You could definitely add glitter to it. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Can you do it right on, what's it going to say, on the card?
I don't think it would stick to the card. No, I don't think you could. Like I put adhesive on the back of the seal. So I don't think it would. It might. I don't think so though. It might stick initially, but I don't think it's gonna stay there just because it's got that well, it's wax, right? So it's got that sort of film to it. So I don't think it would stay there, but we could do a video on that too and try it and see.
List. You got all these videos coming up for your channel.
Yeah, there's going to be a follow-up wax class from the questions.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
The glass mat is gorgeous. I love the flowers. So.
Yeah, that was from LDRS. So their first shipment sold out like crazy. We haven't been able to get it back in the store yet, but we're hoping by end of June, early July that they'll be back in stock because they are gorgeous. Yeah, it is nice.
Somebody before asked if you can use stationary wax and seals.
Yeah, I don't see why not. Yeah. Yeah. Any kind of wax, really. I mean, you could melt down candles. Actually, going back to the budget question, you could probably melt down candles and use your seals. If the candles were less expensive, I don't know.
It's wax.
Another video for you.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Budget candle waxing. There you go.
There you go. That's not great for store owners, though. We don't.
Yeah, but you know what? Not all candles are equal.
No, that's right. Yeah, you'd have to play with it to see.
Yeah. Next question was, can you sprinkle glitter after you place it on the card?
It would just sit on top of the wax. That would be once it's solidified, you wouldn't the glitter wouldn't stay on it. But if the wax was still soft, then it would I think it would stay in there. I think it would be easier though, melt down your wax, put in your glitter, stir it around, pour it, and then do your the wax seal.
Somebody did their daughter's Harry Potter wedding invitations and sealed all the envelopes with it, and it worked great, but wasn't sure on the card, so they were able to do the sealing envelopes that way. So
yes,
there you go. Yeah. Here's another one for you.
Mm-hmm.
What about melting down crayons? There can be another video for you to try.
Oh, there you go. That's another good. I've got lots of crayons kicking around when the grandkids come. I don't know how happy they'll be that I melt them all down, but
I don't know. Melting wax and crayons is very different than wax. Has a lot of different variations from it.
Yeah. I think it's going to be one of those things you'd have to play with and see, sort of what type. I mean, the other thing too, because you have to wonder about the consistency of it. So when you're doing the some of these, like this one is fairly, has a large image on it. So probably a thicker wax might be okay. You would still get the image, but when you ones that have, you know, sort of the fine script and what have you, I think you're going to need. I'm guessing. I don't really know, but I'm guessing that wax will, you know, sort of melts down to a finer consistency, so you can get that detail, versus a crayon that's probably a thicker consistency, I would think.
Yeah, this is where you have to take Tracy's advice before and be the 6-year-old kid and just try.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
Just try. The only thing you don't want, the only thing, you know, as someone who gets in the mind of doing this stuff, is not getting a wax that's going to gum up your.
That's what I was going to say. Is you don't want to
just going to say that. Yeah,
you might want to try it not with your good embossing thing, but just try it with. You know what to try it with? A coin.
Yeah.
Just try it with a coin. So melt down the crayon and try it with a coin and see if that works. So
and you could even, you know, sort of just do like a repositional adhesive, you know, to put the coin on, so you still have the handle, so you kind of get that same movement and
see, so you don't gum up your thing that you've spent money on and done. So when you experiment, you want to keep your things. Being somebody who often experiments, you can do some things that don't work so well.
Exactly.
Any other questions in the comments that I have missed? It's been great conversation about waxing and about supplies and about things like that. And obviously, we've launched Nicola's YouTube channel.
My YouTube channel. Noella's going to be thrilled.
We have launched her. It's super, super easy to upload. It just takes time. So yeah, and you'll find, well, Tracy's. You'll notice that some of the videos that we have on YouTube, some of the live stream dates don't have the nice image on because YouTube doesn't like Tracy's face anymore. So you have to do this authentication step, and she tried and it said no. So we don't know why.
Oh, yes. You know what? I do remember doing that.
We did it once already, and then we had to do it again.
It's not my first time being rejected. It's all good.
But we're going to fix that somewhere along the line and fix it. So what it is we're becoming popular, and like everything else, when you become popular fast, YouTube wants to make sure you're not spamming people. So that's my guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely. You have fans waiting for your channel.
Thanks everybody for the vote of confidence.
I think people love videos for what you guys do, right? So don't worry, I'm working on Tracy's channel to have more too. So it's okay. We're doing the same thing. Because people love your stuff is consumable. It's visual. So they want to see it. And there's definitely people not wanting to be on Facebook now. There's definitely kind of but YouTube's never hit that. People still want to be on YouTube. So for your stores, ladies, get on YouTube.
All right. Message of the day from Heather.
Well, from your fans.
And from our fans.
From your fans. So any more questions or comments on waxing before we wrap up? Like we said before, anybody who wants to keep these videos and see them again and again, you can buy the VIP bundle. If you're in the VIP bundle, we have a live crop tonight and tomorrow afternoon. So tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern American time, which is Aussie morning, New Zealander mornings. People in the UK will be asleep, although we have had people say they're going to join us at 1 o'clock in the morning. And then we have one tomorrow afternoon at 2 p.m. Eastern, which will be 7 o'clock in the UK. And in Australia, you will definitely be asleep, I hope. I hope. We don't know. So that's why we added it. Oh, we're getting more questions here. Your personality is blessing and lighthearted is needed on YouTube. There you go. Thank you so much, Nicola. Can't wait to see your videos from YouTube. Thank you, ladies, for being such inspiration. Thank you all. Woohoo. Can't wait for the crop. We can't wait for it. It's going to be a lot of fun tonight or tomorrow, whichever one you join in. So thank you so much for being here and for participating in our summit. We really appreciate you. And we will be watching your YouTube channel.
Thanks, everyone. Take care.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Someone said watching your presentation is next on her list. So Nicole can be in the group and answer any questions you guys have. So thanks so much. We've enjoyed it.